Hello fans and friends across the universe, welcome to my YouTube channel From Me to You. My name's Keir Smith and today I'd like to talk about the three George Harrison compilations that have been released to date and my frustrations with them. And at the end of this video I'll share with you my own personal choices for a dream, definitive, career-spanning compilation. So the three compilation albums that have been released so far have been this one from 1976, this is The Best of George Harrison. Then in 1989, we got Best of Dark Horse Years, covering the years 1976 to 1989. And then in 2009, we got Let It Roll, songs by George Harrison. But we're yet to see a definitive career-spanning compilation album, certainly not to my satisfaction anyway. So first we got the Best of George Harrison from 1976, and this was released following the expiry of his contract with Apple EMI. It's half Beatles, half solo. From the Beatles era we got Something, If I Needed Someone, Here Comes the Sun, Taxman, Think for Yourself, For You Blue and While My Guitar Gently Weeps. That's a pretty good representation of his Beatles work. And from the solo years we got My Sweet Lord, Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth, You, Bangladesh, Dark Horse and What Is Life, which were the main hit singles from his first four studio albums following the breakup of the Beatles. At the time, this compilation album was seen as a bit of a kick in the teeth for George, and people asked the question, why wasn't it all solo work? And I guess from the record company's point of view, they thought by including the Beatles songs, it probably gave the album a better chance of selling. And as I say, George only had four pop rock albums released at this point after the breakup of the Beatles, so it would have been a little bit difficult trying to get together a 13-track album to release. The record company were very reluctant to include too many songs off All Things Must Pass, and realistically speaking you would have probably wanted to pull 5, 6, 7 songs off that album, maybe 2 or 3 off Living in the Material World, 1 or 2 at a push off Dark Horse, and the same for Extra Texture. So The Best of George Harrison, a good compilation, 13 tracks, there's not a bad song on there, it's a good listen, but a meagre return from his solo career with just 6 songs. Then we got 1989's Best of Dark Horse Years, and this was my introduction to the solo career of George Harrison. This is the first thing that I ever bought from his solo career, so I've got very fond memories of this CD. But it is a really good compilation because every studio album from these years is represented, and we got the added bonus of 3 new songs with Poor Little Girl, which was good, the excellent Cockamamie Business, and the brilliant Cheer Down. So from the studio albums, 33 1/3 we got Crackerbox Palace. From the George Harrison album we got Here Comes the Moon, Blow Away and Love Comes to Everyone. From Somewhere in England we got Life Itself and All Those Years Ago. We got 3 tracks from Gone Troppo. We got the title track, Wake Up My Love and That's the Way It Goes. And from Cloud 9 we got My Mind Set on You, When We Was Fab and the title track. So no problem with Best of Dark Horse Years, 1976 to 1989. As I say, it covers all of the albums well. You get new songs too, 15 tracks, a really good compilation. But it's the 2009 compilation that bothers me. Let It Roll, songs by George Harrison. Incidentally, this compilation was announced on the 14th of April 2009, the same day that George Harrison received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, as this is called Songs by George Harrison, it's not posing as a best of compilation, but it is a career-spanning compilation. Yet on this album, there are no songs from George's Dark Horse album, Extra Texture, 33 1/3, or Gone Troppo. So to miss out 4 of George's solo albums and not include 1 song from any of them, that's a sin. So we get 5 songs from All Things Must Pass. We get the title track, we get My Sweet Lord, What Is Life, Isn't It a Pity, and Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp, Let It Roll. We get 3 from the live concert for Bangladesh, which are the Beatles songs, Something, Here Comes the Sun, and While My Guitar Gently Weeps. We get 1 from Living in the Material World, which, as you can probably guess, is Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth. 1 from George Harrison, which is Blow Away, and 1 from Somewhere in England, which is All Those Years Ago. We get 3 from Cloud 9, which are the singles When We Was Fab, Got My Mind Set on You, and This Is Love. We get Cheer Down, and we get 3 from the Brainwashed album, Fine. We get Marwa Blues, Rising Sun, and the single Any Road. And lastly, we get a demo of a Bob Dylan cover called I Don't Want to Do It, 19 tracks in total. So purely because the 4 studio albums that I mentioned earlier are not represented on this compilation, I think that they missed a really good chance to compile a cohesive career-spanning best of, and this for me is the most perplexing of the 3 compilation albums. Obviously I'm a big George Harrison fan, but whichever way you look at it, as a major artist, his solo career simply has to be fully represented. So with that in mind, I've compiled my own personal choice that hopefully represents the excellent body of work that George produced after the Beatles. So I've chosen 33 songs, 2 CDs, 3 LPs, maybe a nice new box set. Not that I'm wishing for that box set to arrive too soon, as I'm sure a lot of us are still counting the cost from the recent All Things Must Pass releases. So from All Things Must Pass, I've chosen Isn't It a Pity, What Is Life, Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp, Let It Roll, Run of the Mill, All Things Must Pass, and The Art of Dying. From the Living in the Material World album, I've chosen Who Can See It and The Light That Has Lighted the World. And from Dark Horse, I've chosen Simply Shady and So Sad. From Extra Texture, I've chosen You and Tired of Midnight Blue. And from the 33 1/3 album, I've chosen Crackerbox Palace and Beautiful Girl. And from the George Harrison album, I've chosen Blow Away, Love Comes to Everyone, and Your Love Is Forever. From the Somewhere in England album, I've chosen All Those Years Ago and Baltimore Oriole. And from Don Troppo, I've chosen Dream Away and That's the Way It Goes. From Cloud9, I've chosen This Is Love, When We Was Fab, and That's What It Takes. From Brainwashed, I've chosen the title track and Stuck Inside a Cloud. And then the non-album tracks, I've included Deep Blue, which was an early B-side, Bangladesh, Handle With Care from his work with the Travelling Wilburys, and then Flying Hour, which was a reject from his initial submission of the Somewhere in England album, and Cheer Down, Cockamamie Business, and Poor Little Girl. 33 songs. And some people may say you can't have a George Harrison compilation album without My Sweet Lord and Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth on it. After all, they are his biggest hits. So if you wanted to take away from my selections The Art of Dying, for example, or The Light That Has Lighted the World, and replace it with those 2 big hits, I'd be quite happy with that. Anyway, that was my 2 pence worth. Please let me know what you think of the 3 compilation albums that we've received so far. Which one was your favourite? What songs would you like to see on a career-spanning definitive collection of George Harrison songs? Please leave your comments below. Please give the video the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel, there'll be lots more to come. Thanks as always for watching. See you next time.